when you come somewhere and you start a job, you looking for that one who knows basically everything, and that if they don't know it, they're gonna figure it out, they're gonna find the answer, they're gonna learn it, and they're gonna show you and teach you. And I had that, and I was just lucky. And if it wasn't for that person, I wouldn't be sitting here where I'm at right now. You know, a lot to do with how I am now as a person, as a worker, as a supervisor, a mentor, it all comes from him. So I gotta say thank you, Ziggy. It went from, hey Joe, it's a rainy day. Come on, let's grab the backhoe, let's grab the great oil, you know, let's go to the back, training, to the point where it was like, hey Ziggy, it's a rainy day, can you take me in the back? He was like, take the machine back there, I'm coming. You know, and then he's actually the first one that said, you could drop the great oil on the road. I was like, you know I can. He said, all right, grab my great oil and come follow me. And we got out there, and he seen for me training all these rainy days. And I mean, I was like a little kid with his first Tonka truck. He was like, all right, get up in there and get this tree. I was like, you serious? He said, yeah, you drove it out here, you're the operator. And he walked me through it, and then I've been running ever since. Don't look back, keep going forward. Sometimes it takes others, somebody else, to see the potential and the greatness somebody has. That's one of the best things about being in the county. You're gonna get a mentor. If it's appointed to you, or if it's somebody that comes just take you under their wing. Like I say again, I was just that lucky one that got somebody who seen something in me and took me under their wing and taught me how to fly, and I ain't stopped yet. I'm still going.
I think it means really knowing what your values are and then living out those values in the way that you lead people. And I also think, when I think of modeling the way, I also think about the fact that you really need to know what the values are of the people on your team. And you need to find common ground with those folks and then provide opportunities for them to succeed in their roles. One of the reasons I love what I do so much and my work is because of the great people that I work with, which is really important to me. It's also the really positive, supportive, and fun culture that we have on our team, and our two supervisors really model the way when it comes to creating that culture, and that makes it really fun to work there, and it also makes me want to do my best work. One of the most impactful examples to me personally of how Kim models the way is through the calmness and optimism that she displays whenever there's a challenge or some sudden interruption that comes her way. For example, let's say there's a last-minute request for a really high-impact workshop that we've got a really tight deadline on. You know, something like that happens, I never heard her gripe to any of us about it. Instead, she'll respond in a way to us, makes it look like it's a really challenging, exciting new opportunity. And I really kind of get the feeling that she welcomes those types of challenges. For someone like me who doesn't like interruptions in their schedule, that is really inspiring and refreshing. And I often think to myself, well, if she can look at it that way, so can I. And that makes me want to make her proud. My immediate supervisor, Sherry, is also really good at modeling the way. And the best example I can think of where she did this happened during COVID. So when we were all in lockdown, we were meeting virtually, trying to figure out how we were going to help our employees with their learning and development now that they couldn't come to class. So Sherry came up with the idea of creating short 5-minute videos that would focus on topics that we trained in our classes, and also topics around well-being that would help them stay resilient during the pandemic. So I was initially pretty hesitant to try to make a video because I'm not tech savvy, really at all. And I also had an older iPhone, so I was really thinking to myself, I don't know about this. But Sherry modeled the way, and she made it sound so doable that actually gave me the courage to try to do it. So I made one at home, and it worked out, and it's on our YouTube channel to this day. And I've made a few more videos since then. And obviously we are continuing to make videos like this one, and it's really worked out.
Model the way to me is to be able to have values, and those values are aligned with the values of the organization, and then sticking to those values. that is modeling the way for me. But there are some stories that they really stand out, and one is when one of my coworkers rang the bell, and I was a backup for the desk, came and said that this gentleman needs some assistance, and I smiled at that gentleman, and that gentleman came closer to me and said that I am afraid of wasp. I have this phobia of wasp, and there is one in my car. Yes, I kept on my smile, and I was like, yes, you have a wasp in your car, and it's in the parking lot. All right, I think I can help. So I walked with him and went there close to his car. He was standing a few feet away because he really had that phobia. He opened the door, I checked the car, the wasp was inside. Yes, it was very hot, and the wasp was also hot inside, and as it was exiting the door and running away, was thanking me for freeing it. And then closed the door. The gentleman was very thankful, very appreciative. The story inspired, like others, that how we do these little things. These are not very important things, little things, but show how we try to connect with our community and be a help to each other and lift each other up.
So for me, model the way, in simple terms, is just leading by example. Leading by example is something that I think is important for everybody because actions speak louder than words. You can say what your core values are, you can say what you believe in and everything, but when you show it consistently, that that's who you are, then people see that and people react to it. And more than likely, when it's these positive things, they become a magnet and they're drawn to it. One of the mottos that I try to do is always grow and keep moving forward. So with always growing, it's learning and always continue to learning, whether it's new things, whether it's sharpening old skills. And then always moving forward is learning from your mistakes and move forward. Build on your accomplishments and move forward. When it comes to that, never stop learning. For example, when I'm in the academy, especially to the military veterans, because I was one. A lot of us, when we got out, we did 4 years, 6 years, what have you. And we did that in lieu of going to attending college. So when they were in there, hey, who here has a 4-year degree? Whoever doesn't raise their hand, were you military? Yeah. You have the GI Bill, or now you have the post 9/11 bill. Use it. Go back and get your education. Go back to school. If you think it's hard, I did it. I went back and started at J. Sarge right down the street here on Parham Road, and I started with using the GI Bill because I'm a little bit older than those folks are in the academy. But I started off with the GI Bill and I used it, and I used 4 hours a week to go to school. And I got my associates, and then I got my bachelor's, and I'm currently writing my thesis statement for my master's right now. One of the greatest things that I had was I got to put an empty frame above my office desk at home. And when I got to put that bachelor's diploma in there, and my son came up and saw it, it meant the world to me. And when everybody that I worked with was congratulating me, and I got to set that example and model that way, it meant the world to me. Because I feel like I didn't have to say a word. My actions spoke for me. And that's kind of what model the way means.
Another way to model the way is just making sure that individuals know that they are supported and they are the expert. So when you are a leader and you're modeling the way, you're ensuring that your staff has everything they need and they're being heard. And that even if they're not successful or they are successful, that you're right there to support them. Maybe not right in front of them, but maybe right behind them. And you're identifying ways to improve and get better. But one thing I see is just making sure that you are understanding that yes, you might be the expert, yes, you might be the leader. However, you have multiple leaders and you're only as good as your team, right? So that's how you become successful. When I hear model the way, I also think about individuals that focus on the choices they make instead of just the skills that they have. I just look at a supervisor for support and ideas to become a better individual, become a better supervisor myself. I really think that modeling the way is just identifying ways to build a team and understand that it takes multiple individuals to be successful and produce and move in the right direction.